The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast are for general information only. Any reliance on the information provided in this podcast is done at your own risk.
Hey everybody, this is Miley.
And this is Porby.
And you're listening to That's What We Said, a podcast where we offer our insight on a variety of topics that touch our lives and probably yours on a daily basis. So, way back when, in episode 3, we said we were going to have an update on dippage. You promised there won't be any dippage. So, give us an update on dippage. Go.
Well, I have kept my promise. There will never, ever be any dippage.
Woohoo! Never, ever gonna be some dippage. Yeah. You go, girl. I'm so proud of you. Get the tea. Where's the applause button? Yay!
That door has closed for me now. I think I'm able to move on.
Ever?
Forever and ever.
Good
I got
you.
new drama in my life, so I'm
Okay.
focusing on that.
Okay, now let's then go back. Now that we've closed that chapter in your life, no more dippage.
No more
Good job,
dippage.
girl.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about new drama. On the boyfriend. That's more
On
interesting.
the boyfriend. So I did meet a guy this past weekend who I am interested in.
Okay.
But the thing I run into all the time is when I hang out with a guy, it's great. You know, there's great, chemistry, there's great rapport, there's flirting, blah, blah, blah. But then after like that night,
There's nothing.
it's not that there's nothing. It's just like there's that waiting period of like who should text who first. And I'm really confused as to in today's world, should girls be a little bit more aggressive to get the guy to like look their way because there's so many other options? Or should we just kind of stay behind the scenes and be like, no, he'll reach out? So that's the confusing for every guy I've ever dated or ever liked or everything. That's always been a struggle for me because I'm not an aggressor type. I'm more like this sit behind the scenes and see if he's going to reach out type. And then I was talking to some of my girlfriends and I was like, what do I do? Do I reach out or just let him reach out? Because what happens is maybe they're dating a couple guys. How do you get yourself in front of them? Or a couple girls, sorry. Yeah, they might be dating a couple guys that look like girls.
Guys.
Yeah.
You're dating the wrong guy.
Yeah, and you can be dating a couple guys too, but you have you have number one that you like more than the other ones, and it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna wait till he reaches out, but then it's just like, should I kind of put my hand in the air and say, hey, I'm still here, because we're both dating so many different people, so it's always really confusing for me what to do.
And it's survival of the fittest, though.
Yeah.
So let's take it back to one of our prior episodes when we were talking about, I think it might have been our Chivalry is it Dead episode. But what I'm thinking is, I don't think you should wait. I feel like you should go out there and say, hey, I'm here. To a certain extent, because you don't want to just come across as too super aggressive. I think you mentioned that. But I think you need to kind of say, hey, I'm here.
But guys still like the chase. I guess my confusion is, where does the chase start and where does the hey, I'm here begin too, right? Like there's such a science to this whole thing.
So I think it depends. The hey, I'm here shouldn't be too much. It should just be little tiny droppings.
Mm-hmm.
Like
poop.
A little bit of poop. Thought
right
about
here.
shit. Little droppings of shit.
Little rat
like
droppings, and then it becomes an ego dropping.
I think there is a way to put yourself out there a little bit, but not too much. Because to your point, you want to allow him to chase you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of guys, and again, here we are talking for the guys, I think they like it when the girl plays that role a little bit, but then also you kind of have to step back and let him do a little bit.
Right. So my confusion is, I'm an awful texter, and
Yeah, you are.
I'm a great sexter. No, I'm just kidding. Just joking.
I'm still waiting for that class to happen.
I know, not
For
happening.
me, I'm sexy.
That's how I rolls. No, I it's so confusing because I do little, droplets, as you say, but it's just kind of like, okay, well, now what? And then like we'll see each other again, and then it'll start again. Like, oh, we're so physically attracted to each other, and we flirt, and we hang out. But then again, you go away from it, and it's like, okay, now what, right? So I guess for me, I've always felt like if a guy likes you, he will chase you, and he will get you. Right? Like he will work for you if he is interested.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah,
there shouldn't be any droplets, or there shouldn't be any like whatever, right? I mean, if he reached out to me and I was being flirtatious and dropping things at that point, that makes more sense to me.
Right.
But I'm finding that a lot of the guys that I'm dating, and I'm not saying that I'm beautiful, but I'm not hideous.
Yes, you are. You are saying that.
Oh. I'm not, but I mean, a lot of guys are like that. It's just kind of like, even like when you're online shopping, like for dates, right? Like online dating, and you're talking to this guy, you guys are interested in each other, you set up a date, you have a great time, and then it's like, okay, well, either tell me you don't want to move forward, or they're so like shy and
But
such
guys
like
aren't sure all the time, right? But even
they're
guys
not.
too, probably. How long have you known this guy?
Like 2-3 months.
Okay. Well, he's still. You're still kind of.
But we did it. We were on the friend zone for a really long time, and I only saw him like once a month.
Yeah.
But recently,
You were
we got
friends. You're not necessarily friend zoned yet.
we were acquaintances. We weren't really friends. Like I don't know anything about him. Like we didn't spend one-on-one together at all. But it was, we're friends through friends and just hanging out and stuff. Recently, there was a little bit more. There was a little bit more going on. Yeah. So I asked one of my girlfriends, who's actually a dating coach. Yeah, I just ran into her yesterday, and I was like, let me ask you about certain situations. So she told me a couple things, and this is kind of what I was thinking about too. So if a guy is interested in you when you guys are together, and he's showing and he's flirting and he's being, proactive when you're together, there's two things. If he doesn't follow through, one is he wants to take it slow, but then there has to be follow through. Two, he's just not sure of himself or what he wants in life or where he wants something to go.
He's just sure about.
He's just
flirting
kind of like in the moment, you're having fun, you look cute, he looks cute, you dance and whatever. In that you're in the moment, right? But he wants nothing more. And then thirdly, he might be dating somebody else on the side, and you might be like second place, or you just came too soon and he wasn't ready for you yet because he's trying to figure out this other situation. Right. And then the fourth thing is maybe he's just not sexually apt. Like he's just not some guys, they're just like shy about like, hey, this girl's like out of my league. How am I going to be able to sexually satisfy her or you're satisfy her in any way, emotionally or sexually, right? So they get intimidated. And so
are you saying people are intimidated by you?
Yeah. Yeah. No, so those are like some of the things that could be happening, and I understand each of them because I go through all of them too. Like I'm not sure about a lot of the people I date. I'm like they're great. Like I gave one guy 8 dates before, and I didn't even kiss him, and I was just like, he's such a nice person. He's a great catch. Maybe there'll be a spark, right? And I gave him 8 tries. It just didn't work out. But then in my head, I'm like, I want to see what else is there, or I have feelings for someone else, or I'm just not ready, or and so. Those are the things that the guys go through too. But again, it's that game like, okay, well, how do you break those barriers? Like maybe he might not be ready, but maybe I might be the one to kind of be like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. And he'd be like, oh, I actually see you.
So it depends. I'm listening to you. I'm thinking back to when I was still in the dating scene and thinking about what it was that I needed to do. Because obviously when I started dating my husband, I knew obviously I liked him. I wanted him to be the one. But it was at a time where I know we weren't exclusive. But I told myself, well, what do I need to do to show him, hey, I am the one, I'm better than all the other girls that he's dating? So it really just depends. You kind of have to play it by ear as you go along. When you think about, well, what's the timeline? Is there a certain timeline? I met him, 2 weeks ago. What should I do now? Or now it's been a month. What's the expectation? I think you kind of have to go with the flow of things because as you said, a guy, it depends on a guy. Like there's a guy who might be more sexually apt or more confident and they could turn around and be like, hey, but there could be another guy who's going to be super shy and it's going to take him longer. So I think with this new guy that you met, I think what you need to really do is you don't know. Okay, so let me ask the question. You don't know what his story is? Like, you don't know if he's dating? Okay.
No, he told me he's single, but guys say a lot of shit.
Right. Well, I know. You could be single, but still dating.
Yeah. So I think he may be, interested in other people. Yeah.
So from the sounds of it, it sounds like you like him at least enough to be able to see what the next step could be.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like jump into a relationship with him. I don't think we're there yet. But like, at least just hang out with him and like have a one-on-one and get to know each other kind of thing. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
So in a way, I don't think you should necessarily just wait for him. I think what you need to feel it out. I don't think you should wait for him to reach out to you. I think it's perfectly fine for you to reach out to him. Obviously, don't reach out to him every single freaking day and be like, hi.
Right, yeah.
Hi.
Like you do to me.
Hi, it's me, Porby.
Hi, Porby.
Hi, it's me, Porby. Hi. Ew, I've been scared myself. Yeah. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to give him a reason to look at you and say, oh, wait, she's kind of cool. But then what you have to do when you do have those times when you're out with him on a date, those are your opportunities to show him, like, look, I'm the biggest, baddest bitch out here. You need to date me and wife me. So,
but I don't even know how to do that. I'm just so bad at it. I know. I definitely need somebody to like live inside of me. I think so. I'm a great flirt, but
what do you mean? Lies for me.
Yeah. I used to be able to like just like I would date a guy and it would be an immediate relationship. It's just the way it worked out for me always. But now this new dating lifestyle has really gotten me lost. You know, like I don't know how to text. When we're together, I am flirtatious, but then I don't know what the next. I think too much. I'm in my head a lot. Yeah. And as a younger person, like I remember when I was young, oh my God, I would flirt like no one's business. I didn't care. And I would always get the guy.
So what is it now?
So now I think I just think too much. And the game has changed. And the game has changed completely. And so it's just kind of like, you know, like what do you do, right? I think we were talking about this before we started recording, and it's like, when we're texting, you're like, okay, your expectations of texting is too high. Like, just take it for the moment that it's in. Like, whatever he's saying, because I'm like, well, he texted this, but he should have said this. It's not okay. I'm like, why didn't he say this? Why wasn't he flirtatious with me on text? Or why wasn't he like more like, hey, let's hang out on text? Yeah. Right? So I started thinking about it. And you're like, well, he said this, which is good enough, means he still wants to continue talking. Yes. Right?
You're a little too hard on the text, his text.
My expectations.
Yeah, and your expectations are too high of what he's going to text you. You're overthinking it. I'm looking, I mean, before we started recording, you showed me the conversation. I think it definitely shows that he has interest in you. I mean, true, you're still trying to figure it out, but the fact that you kind of shut it down right away, that's a problem, girl.
What did I shut down?
His text. You're like, oh my God, it means he's not interested. I'm like, that's too much. You're overthinking. But you have to open yourself to be out there. I mean, at the same time, also kind of being cautious.
I don't know how to do that.
What the hell? Hello, out there. Is there anybody out there that teaches a class how to not be cautious?
How to date in this new world. I'm going to have to find a teacher and put together a seminar because I feel like men and women are both equally lost, but they both equally want the same thing. It's so stupid.
You think that's a lot of people?
I think it's the whole country.
Oh, do you think the whole country?
Because the guys are like, how come I can't find a girl? And why does she play so many games? And I text her and she texted me and she did weights and it's the same shit for guys.
Too hard.
Yeah, and for girls too. Like, hey, this guy hasn't texted me. Should I text him? It's like the same game.
You know what? I'm gonna offer a class. I'm gonna charge $100.
But you don't know shit.
No, I'm gonna charge $100. I'm going to have everybody come in, and I'm going to put them into a big-ass conference room, one PowerPoint slide that says, stop overthinking, motherfuckers.
Is it the same weight loss class?
That's exactly. It's going to be the same as my
one exact slide.
One slide. I'm going to be the master of the one slide classes with just one simple-ass message.
Yeah. Please do get a speaker because, you know, we need somebody with knowledge, not just one slide. I mean,
one slide is all you need.
And it's so funny because I have friends who are like, oh, I can't find a girl. I'm like, but you go home with all the girls and then you come home and you're like, oh, that wasn't the one. Yeah. Like, well, stop sleeping around.
Yeah. Maybe that's the problem because there's too many options today.
But it's quality versus quantity. And there's a lot of quantity, but they're looking for the quality ones, right? And I'm looking for the quality ones, right? But they're going through so many quantity that the quality one's getting lost.
Yeah, they get lost.
But yeah, it's just the way it is. I am lost as hell. So if anybody on the call knows what the hell to do,
is there a map for Porby?
Yeah, I'm really bad at maps, you guys. My navigation skills are hella bad. Yeah. So the issues are texting. Right. Do you text first? Do you not text? Like, what do you do when you like someone? As a girl. And as a guy, what do you do when you like a girl? Like, we want to know your side of the story because is it like you like her enough, but not enough to like put all your eggs in her basket? But let me tell you, we don't like you enough to put all our eggs in your basket either.
I want to keep my eggs to myself.
Yeah, we will give you one egg and it might be spoiled.
My advice or my 2 cents, and I don't know if for what it's worth coming from a married woman. Don't overthink. If you feel something, if you like a guy, you want to text him, don't keep thinking, should I text him, should I not? Just text him and go with the flow. Don't overthink, go with the flow.
You want to play the game, though.
That's the game,
But
right?
shouldn't he reach out to you if he likes you?
Well, that's part of what you're going to find out. You got to play the game to find out. If you're not going to text, if you're going to sit and wait and you're going to be scared in the corner like, oh my God, what should I do? You're not.
Well, shouldn't he be afraid he's going to lose you if he doesn't reach out?
You should be. But then maybe that's a message. You put something out there, you don't hear back, that's a sign for you. Then he loses you. If a guy really likes you, but you walk off into the sunset, if he really likes you, he'll come find you. It's his loss. So to me, I believe in fate and serendipity. So I think the whole thing about, well, get your feelings out there, let him know, play the game, but also take the signs. If he's not throwing anything at you, then walk away. Then that's the part where I feel like the serendipity plays a part. If you're really meant to be for someone, then it's not going to pass. A great person once told me, what's for ya won't go by ya. So what's for you won't go by you.
Thank you for, straightening out what you said.
Yeah. So just in your example, you like the guy, just text him. Don't overthink. But then also don't just stay. Oh God, I would hate to be you. I mean, I hate it because like you said, it's drama, but it is. You're kind of juggling a bunch of different things. Like you're going to toss something out, but then you kind of have to step back a little bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, I think after this weekend, I'm just going to step back completely and let him take the ride. Cause I already did my duty. Now, if he's wanting to move forward, let him do it.
But you can't think of it that way either because here's the thing. So you guys are friends.
We're not close.
Yeah, I know, but
we hang out once in a while. Yeah.
You guys have each other's phone numbers, right? So you text and you guys are talking. I know what you guys are talking about now, right? But say a week or two down the line, you're like, hey, something came up that made me think of him. Text him. So if you like him, there's something there. Don't just throw him aside just because he doesn't come out and chase you right away. You still keep the friendship or
the line open,
communication open.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm going to see him again. Yeah. So we'll see.
Okay. Do we have time for more of the other drama? Because you said you had work drama too.
Let's just do boy drama today.
Next episode will be other drama.
Yeah. Why is my life full of drama?
You know what, guys? Let's do a silent prayer right now. Let's pray for the future for me. So, for me, you know what I really believe, though, that you just don't overthink it and just open your heart. It's going to come in. I think you're overthinking.
Maybe that's what it is. I definitely do have a wall up, and I'm very shy. So when I'm shy, I shut a lot of things down. Even like just walking around.
You're throwing shit out to the universe.
Yeah.
When you're shy and you're like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? How come I'm not going to get a guy? You're throwing those little feelings out into the universe. And the universe is like, okay, she's not ready. I'm not going to give her anything.
But you have to be proud of me because I did close that door and another one did open.
Yes. Hey.
So here we go.
There you go.
No more dippage equals
door.
More drama.
No, yeah, that's true. But it's okay.
But it's good drama because at least it's somebody new.
This is drama that could lead to something.
It is.
On that note, let's lead us to the end of our podcast episode. I do care about your well-being, Phoebe. I still want to go to that wedding of yours. It's going to
be an amazing wedding, you guys.
It is. It's going to happen.
It's
It better. Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. Please reach out to us if you guys have any ideas for Porvi. If any of you are teachers of the dating game, please reach out or else Porvi's going to have to take my conference, my one-slide conference. Don't overthink things. So reach out to us. Our information is in the show notes. Our email address is that'swhatwesaidpc@gmail.com, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then please, as we always ask after every episode, rate us.
And if you have difficulty, please send us an email.
Yes. Oh, and I was going to say, please rate us and date Porvi. Rate us and date us. Date Porvi.
No. Rate us and write a review so it shows up on our podcast.
Yes, we need that. Please, everybody. And always, I must give a shout out to Ellen. Please reach out to us if you want us to go on your show. We're ready for you, Ellen DeGeneres. Anyway, thanks for joining, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Wanted to give you guys all an update on the weight loss challenge, the gauntlet that Porvi threw at me. So, my update is that I started and I was successful for a little bit and then I was unsuccessful. So, fail. I have to start over. What about you?
I haven't weighed myself. When was
You look great.
Thank you. I generally do.
Ew.
No, just kidding. I do feel great. So I will say that my detox that I did, and then I've been watching what I eat.
Have you been moving?
I've been working out. Yes, I have
That's
been
key.
moving.
Eat less and move.
But it's not just that. So I noticed that a lot of my weight gain or the way I was feeling had to do with my inflammation and bloating. Because the minute that all went away, and that's what detox kind of does, is help with the bloating. It doesn't really make you lose weight right away, but it helps get rid of the bad toxins.
Right,
And, then
and that's what you
water.
kind of started the challenge with, kind of a detox.
And then your body like slims down. Like I noticed, like my legs and my arms and stuff, they're not so inflamed anymore. My face. So then I started this other. My face still a little bit, but that's because I ran yesterday and I'm tired.
You know what? Maybe your face ain't inflamed, but your head is still inflamed.
It's gonna be like that, Mary. I know how to help you then. There's no detox of that shit.
You need to detox that. Well, I did find, along the same lines, I did find for me is when I started the weight loss challenge, I cut out the sugar. And when I cut out sugar, I really felt like I was successful. I was like on my way down the road to weight loss, and I started feeling good. Problem is, I went out of town, and that was a problem. So I didn't focus. I just went back to my normal routine. So I have to start over again. Challenge day 1 tomorrow.
I haven't weighed myself, so let's see.
So we get to start over. Let's start over.
No, I'm going to
Four more weeks.
continue.
There you go. You continue. I start over. Or it could just be I'm continuing.
Let's just say in 3 weeks.
Okay.
3 weeks we measure.
We do one more. Okay. Well, at the beginning of a weight loss challenge, I definitely weighed myself, which you should have done, woman.
I did weigh myself.
Oh, but you just haven't weighed yourself
haven't
now.
weighed myself
Okay.
since.
Okay. So we'll just double check then, like you said, in 3 weeks,
Uh-huh.
and then see where we are.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to my mom, so I'm going to come back. But you know what I did realize? After I did this detox, I noticed that, like, I'm eating less. Like, I get full pretty fast. But the other thing is now things that I generally used to eat that are really sweet and really salty are affecting me now.
Yeah, they don't taste as good, or
Yeah,
they're too sweet,
salty
or too
salty.
Yes.
My
Yes.
palate
I
is
love that
changing.
though. I
so
love
it's
that.
great because then I'm like, okay, I'm going to put less salt, less sugar on everything because my
Better
palate's
habits.
changed. Yeah.
It's all right.
So,
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, so this other thing I'm also trying is T-Tox, 28-day T-Tox.
T-Tox.
And that's really helping me with my bloating every single day.
And you are not a sponsor of them.
No,
You don't. You're not getting paid. But if T-Tox, if you want Porvi to, if you want Porvi to continue to promote you, go ahead and pay her. She'll continue to promote you because she's loving it. Because you did talk about that.
Yeah, it's been a week, and I definitely feel a difference.
Okay, let's put some information on our show notes. I keep talking about the show notes, so we'll do
you
that.
my body.
Okay, yeah, take a picture, put it on our
I don't think
Instagram.
anybody wants to see my body.
Yeah, people do.
You guys do? All right.
Yeah, people want to see you and they want to judge you and say, oh, okay, she look good. Do it before and after.
Okay.
So that's the update on our weight loss challenge to be continued. Stay tuned.